Yellow Turban surrendered to Lord Cao Cao.
This town has gotten bigger.
Lord Eugene is way too strict.
I hear the way Lord Zhonghe fights is a sight to behold. Now that I'm a father myself, I finally understand.
Thank you for your time today, Lord Pangtong.
Let me think about what you said. Now, I'll be on my way. Oh. Have you some spare time? I'd appreciate your company. This is a bit sudden, but I'm wondering if I could ask you a favor.
Who is this, if I may? Do excuse me. I am Yue Ying, hailing from Mianan. I am studying away from home, aiming to broaden my horizons. I came to visit here because, well...
Destroying weapons is something of a specialty of yours, right? This lady here enjoys inventing tools that better people's lives, so she wants to know how things work. Creation and destruction are but two sides of the same coin, aren't they? And I can already see that you two would get along. So, Lady Yue Ying, that solves your problem. And as I don't want to intrude, I'll be off.
And there he goes. Well, I know this is sudden and I do not wish to be a bother, but may we chat for a bit? My goal is to invent things that will make everyone's lives easier and more bountiful. But there was only so much I could achieve back home, completely lacking any form of support. So I made up my mind to set out on a journey in the hope of gaining more knowledge and seeing the latest inventions. And I thought, what better place to encounter interesting people than the renowned Shui Jing retreat? And here, I found you. Really? I imagined you might be suspicious, but I'm glad to hear that. But do you not consider my goal foolish? Many have been suspicious of my motives, or doubted that the knowledge I seek will lead to anything. I fear I cannot express just how much your words mean to me. But I know, I still have so much work to do. I will be sure not to squander this chance. Oh, I think I'm turning red. I never thought I'd speak so openly to someone I just met. Even if this was a coincidence, it's the result of my own courage. And I'm thankful for meeting people I never would have otherwise. Would you like to come to the inn where I'm staying? I would love to show you my prototypes and hear your opinion. And please be completely honest. I'll accept anything you have to say. After all, you're the first person who has truly taken me seriously. Well then, are you ready to go?
The doctor gave me some medicine when I got hurt, and even patted my head.
Provide backup. Onward to join our allies. Take this. Begin the advance.
The enemy officer has been defeated.
Take this! Take this! See it! Way to stick it to them! For me to let loose!
Infested. The enemy officer has been defeated.
Take this! Time to attack! Looking rough. I see you. Let's get serious. Time to act. Take this. I see a chance to advance here. Now, onward! Start the advance! Take this! Take this! Sacred Heart, protect us! All my might! Pitiful situation!
The enemy officer has been defeated.
Gotta be quicker than that. Take this! Way to stick it to them! And for me to let loose! Take this! Looking rough. Take this! Draws here!
The enemy officer has been defeated.
Begin the advance. All units, march! Begin the advance. Situation.
The enemy officer has been defeated.
Time to attack. Time to act. The damned rampage stops now. Take this. Let's march! Take this! All my might! Whoa! I see you!
I've infested you.
You'll keep me amused, I hope. How's this? Time to attack! Gotta be quicker than that. Looking rough. I see you. Time to attack. Take this!
Situation. The enemy officer has been defeated. We must push harder.
Looking rough. Whoa, I see you. Take this.
The enemy officer has been defeated. I hear the way Lord Zhang He fights.
Even with such an eminent family, Yuan Shao stands.
What does peace even look like?
It is good to see you. If you don't mind,
Take this!
enemy officer has been defeated.
Rough.
Whoa.
How'd attack?
Take this! Let's go! Take this! Let's go! Let's go! Take this! Take this!
I am grateful.
More customers always show up whenever Lord Guojiao...
Yuan Shao's forces gathered around Baima greatly outnumber our own. They must be trying to quash our potential strategies with sheer numbers.
Be that as it may, any commander who would lead such a massive army is bound to let his hubris get the better of them. We must discover and strike at where they have been negligent. The question is how?
Send a small force to ambush them? No. It would be but a momentary diversion against an army that large. Though if we can separate their forces, we may be able to take them down one group at a time.
Separate them how? I doubt Yuan Shao would be easily fooled.
If one wants to catch a catfish sleeping at the bottom of a pond, one must use valuable bait.
Bait?
Very well. I will join the assault. Then even Yuan Shao will panic and send his army.
This town has gotten bigger.
They say Lord Guan Yu surrendered to Cao Cao. I'm sure he didn't do it so willingly.
I see. So that weapon's power comes from there. An interesting insight indeed. Thank you once again for your wisdom. Could we speak for a little while longer? There is something I wanted to talk about with an experienced warrior like you. Thank you. Your kindness is much appreciated. Earlier, I mentioned that I want to create things that will make people's lives easier. Where I'm from, there is a chronic shortage of laborers due to the war. So, I designed and created a wooden doll that can perform tasks for people. I was young then, so it was quite rudimentary. It could only make a dough-pounding motion. At first, there were people who were happy to see it, saying it helped with their daily cooking. But then one day, officials came unannounced and tore the doll to pieces. It turns out the magistrate's office had received complaints that the doll moved using some suspicious device. When the officials were getting ready to leave with the doll parts, they said this: "If you're going to build such a thing, you ought to make it able to wield a weapon and fight." I was shocked. I couldn't fathom that there were people who didn't like what I had made, and those who wished to repurpose it for warfare. It was one of the reasons I decided to leave. In the end, apparently my doll was rebuilt and deployed as a weapon. I only found out because someone came to me to complain that it was useless in battle. Although, I was glad to hear that. It made me realize my inventions could be used to hurt someone. But then again, I think responsibility lies not with the invention itself, but with those who misuse it. That's why I have come to the decision to study weaponry, so that I can continue working on my inventions. Instead of dismissing research into weapons as a waste, I'll try to learn everything I can in order to create a better future. Thank you. I will not give up, as long as you're there for me. Perhaps I can help those living through these dark times, like the guiding light of the moon. Oh, that may have been overdramatic, but I may as well be direct. Could we stay here a little while longer? I don't want to go back just yet. Of course! If I can stay here with you, there is nothing else I desire. In fact, I wish to stay with you all the time. So I think I'll build a life-size doll of you. Tonight, I'm going to take all of your measurements. I'll be as accurate and as thorough as possible.
Lord Liu Bei, we may not know where he is, but I hope he's safe and sound.
It is good to see you.
Let's go! Take this! Take this! Rough it up. Let's go!
I am Lee Dien, your absolute worst nightmare.
Very nice.
They say Lord Guan Yu surrendered. I heard something's about to happen in Guandu, and I do not like this.
Let's begin.
Yes.
Yes.
Listen.
time has come.
Now go. I will act as bait and lure away their main force. You take a detached force to drive through the gap and relieve Baima Castle.
Those are Cao Cao's forces, headed for Baima Castle. I have to warn Lord Yin Liang.
If they inform the main force of our position, we will lose the advantage of surprise. Quickly, pursue them!
We will keep the enemy at bay. You must hurry to Lord Yin Liang's side. March forward!
Take this! We have received word that Cao Cao himself is headed for Yanjin. We cannot let this opportunity go to waste. We shall send our troops to target him. We march at once!
The enemy officer has been defeated.
It appears we have evaded detection by the enemy for now. We will continue our advance swiftly and silently.
Lord Cao Cao's remote territory makes him an excellent
The enemy officer
Just
has been
look at the
defeated.
size of the force they've sent after him. With this many of their soldiers here, Baima should be relatively unguarded. Our task is to do all that we can to protect Lord Cao Cao.
Their numbers matter not, for I will never falter. With enough wisdom and courage, there is always a path to victory. Begin advancing!
This is our chance.
Take the enemy by surprise! Behold, Allied forces are marching to our aid. This will be enough to break the
enemy
siege.
officer
Stand strong!
has been defeated.
Our victory is imminent!
I owe Lord Cao Cao a great debt of gratitude. This battle is my chance to repay it with my blade.
And the one you! Fight you! You think you are skilled enough?
The enemy officer
The strength of Yuan
has been
Shao's
defeated.
forces lies in their inexhaustible numbers. They seem to be pouring out from the fort in an
The
endless
enemy
stream.
officer has been
We
defeated.
should first focus our efforts on taking the fort. That will force them to change their strategy.
Now advance!
We fought our way out of a tight spot. Don't let up now.
Prepare to attack! We'll wipe out the lot of them! Appears that resistance is futile. Fail. I leave the rest up to you.
The enemy officer has been defeated.
Take this! I expected more out of an officer.
Victory is sweet.
We've taken the fort at Yanjin. We cannot let them cut off our reinforcements. Quickly, we must reclaim it. Turn the tables. We'll start the advance. That's one more stepping stone on my path to true might. Situation.
The enemy officer has been defeated.
Let's start the advance.
This is too good to be true. The enemy's massive force is beginning to crumble all on its own.
We are providing aid in this battle in accordance with our pledge to the people of the North. However, seeing as Cao Cao is loyal to the Han court, we have no objections to taking his life.
Choosing solitude on the battlefield. You must be good. Let us fight! Thank you! Pretend this! Break it! victory serves to make me that much stronger.
Can't believe this.
The enemy officer has been defeated.
Cao Cao, you are a snake, guarding the corrupt throne to satisfy your endless avarice.
The enemy officer
Chaos has stricken the land, and the tears of the weak pool at the feet of the Emperor. That is why you must be eliminated. To bring peace.
Take this!
Do not know who you are or from where you hail. But you seem to be driven by a strong conviction. My power alone is insufficient for a comeback.
And I think this day would come.
The enemy officer
You stand in
has
the
been
presence
defeated.
of Yan Liang. I am one of Lord Yuan Shao's greatest warriors. You really think you have what it takes to fight me? You do not lack for skill, it seems. This battle has only just begun.
I can't believe this.
The enemy officer has been defeated.
I have been bested. How can this be?
Take this.
What? Yan Liang has been defeated. Impossible. This cannot be.
I can't believe we managed to drive back such a large force. We may be outnumbered, but this battle is far from hopeless.
Send it, Wen Chou. Attack Yanji and bring me Cao Cao's head.
Our next target will likely be the enemy forces at Yanji. This time, we can send some of our soldiers to the front. We can cross the river to the north and attack the enemy from behind. We must also be prepared to scale the cliffs on the way.
It begins.
This territory. The enemy officer has been
The
defeated.
sacred bird Yuan. It loves eyes. Yes.
Let's go.
You must be.
This is the fate of all who oppose me.
Everyone, halt! Being too hasty will only lead to costly errors.
Time is right. We should attack now.
Take this.
Bird loose. There must be something I can do.
The enemy officer has been defeated.
Thank you for the assistance. You saved my life.
The enemy officer has been defeated. Bring him down.
Normally, one seeks to overcome their opponent on the battlefield through superior resources. You, on the other hand, depend on your wits and courage. You may be my enemy, but I do admire your will to fight. You might even color me intrigued by it.
The enemy officer has been defeated. The enemy officer has been defeated.
There's no virtue
The enemy
in dying
officer
for so little.
has been defeated.
I shall retreat. Fight another day.
The enemy officer has been defeated.
It is plain to see that you are a true warrior of the Three Kingdoms.
The time is right.
Invested.
The enemy officer has been defeated.
Situation.
The enemy officer has been defeated. Take this.
Damn it all. Let's go. Why did it have to end like this?
Take this.
What? Wenchou has fallen. This is not possible. What on earth happened? I could foresee losing either Yanliang or Wenchou, but for both to have been slain, you fought well this time, Cao Cao. But this brings you no closer to matching our might. In the end, there can only be one victor, and that will be me!
Winning the first battle bodes very well for our side, but overcoming their greater numbers will prove to be difficult. This is not where we will strike the final blow. We will pull our forces back for now. This was a great victory, and it is owed to your wisdom and strength.
We are humbled, but it is not yet over, my lord.
Aye. We've swatted away some of their troops, but the flow of the battle has not yet shifted. It looks like Yuan Shao is continuing his march south. They will overrun us if we do not intercept them.
To defeat a large army, we must first take advantage of the terrain. We will draw back the front line to Guandu. There, we shall make our stand against Yuan Shao.
Zuluan, it's been too long. So it really was you. I never would have expected this. But why didn't you tell me where you were? What are you saying, Zuluan? Don't tell me you've forgotten who I am. You won't answer? Or maybe you can't. Then it's true. You really have forgotten everything. Well, I suppose I should have known. If you had your memories, you wouldn't have allied yourself with Cao Cao, the usurper of the Han. You have forgotten your mission, your ideals, and the promises you made, and now you're floating aimlessly through life. Yet even so, you are unable to escape your fate as a guardian of peace. You submit to a higher power and act as a weapon for them, just as you did as a guardian of peace once before. Though this seems even more pitiful, Juha, what did she say to you in the end? Did she tell you to forget everything and live on, or to pursue true peace? If you can't remember, Then let me remind you. Juha is dead. You were there when it happened. And now you're living a carefree life, free from any memory of her death. Perhaps that is the greatest insult of all. Remember, Zuluan!
Are you crying? Go, Zuluan. Down your own path. Are you crying? I'm fine. Go, Zuluan. Down your own path.
I thought you had both died. I never imagined. I thought I was alone. Maybe I was being foolish, desperately clinging to a past that will never return. I have some advice for you, Zuluan. If you insist on following the Han and ally with Cao Cao, then I will not hesitate to stand against you once more. You must remember who the Han are to us. Well, the point may be moot if Cao Cao is crushed by Yuan Shao in the next battle. I look forward to seeing him struggle.
Juha. I see. I had been wondering who she was, and why she chose to help you. It may be that the Juha you saw was a mirage, created by your own sense of guilt. That seems to be the logical conclusion. Zuluan, I believe now is the time for you to face the real Juha. You should figure out what it was that all of you staked your lives to accomplish. You, Juha, Bailuan, and all of the Guardians of Peace. Don't you think you're underestimating me, Zuluan? I think you ought to place a little more faith in me. The key to unlocking your past is most likely the incense used by the Guardians of Peace. I investigated your village and went through just about every relevant text I could find. It took a great deal of time. However, I'm afraid the truth is crueler than you might imagine, Zuluan. I would understand if you wish to avoid learning the truth. That too is a valid choice. But if you do decide you want to unravel your past, it would be my duty as a doctor to offer my full assistance.
That said, we had best try out the incense first of all. I will be rather embarrassed if it doesn't help you remember anything.
Even with such an eminent family.
I hear the way Lord Zhonghe fights is a sight to behold.
So you remember, we fought the government forces that came to purge our village and were cut down. And now, you know, I am but a fragment of your memory, a mirage from your past, born of your deep, painful regret over having survived that day. I think this will probably be the last time you'll see me. You do not need me anymore. Because now, you remember it all. The dreams we shared, the path we chose, the hopes that I passed on to you. I made my own choices, my own decisions. I lived my life without regrets. Feeling guilty for our deaths only cheapens our resolve. So please, do not blame yourself anymore. From this point on, do not let your desire to atone for your past shape your future. Instead, be guided by your will to see your choices through. Now, go forth. You do not need to look back at us anymore. Of course, I always will. Ziluan, take care of Bailuan for us.
Good. It seems you were able to remember Chuha. That success is a weight off my mind. You did well. I officially pronounce you cured, which means my work is complete. Yes, there is nothing more to be done. No, I think not. Now that you've rediscovered your past, you've no more need of a doctor. Besides, I was thinking of taking a trip to the place where my father studied medicine. Better late than never, huh? As for you, Ziluan, you will be fine without me. Now that you know who you are, you're free to live your life as you wish. My, how you've changed. Ziluan, you're nothing like you were when we first met. The old you would have never said such a thing. Back then you were a wild warrior, hurling yourself into battle heedless of your wounds. But yes, despite my teasing, our journey has been one of the most rewarding times in my life. I met so many people, all fighting to survive this chaotic era. On second thought, maybe I could linger for a while longer yet. After all, what better place to fulfill my duty? Well, I call it a duty, but it's a humble matter compared to the exploits of someone like yourself. I learned medicine from my father, and he from his father. Along with that knowledge, they passed down the ideal of healing the sick and aiding the wounded. Now that I'm of a certain age, it's my duty to pass that ideal on to someone else. Just as Chuha passed her dreams and ideals on to you. Which is a roundabout way of asking, would you let me travel with you a little while longer? Thank you, Ziluan. I mean, that is to say, I shall continue to be at your service and provide what help I can.